All right. Okay. So fantastic. Yeah. So when I talk about commodities, so many things can be traded in the market. All right. This is one of the softwares we'll be exposed to, but I want us to see the commodities that can be traded in the market. I'll show you a few commodities so you can also look through and also see to read. All right. So these are the commodities here. We have stocks, starting from stocks. But before stocks, let's look at the currency pairs we have here. So here we have currency pairs. Yeah, you can find what can be traded in the market. One, you can write down. We have currencies can be traded. National currencies can be traded in the market. You find any currency you want here. Let's say, for example, the Nigerian naira. All right, this is it. Trading against United States dollar. You have the Nigerian naira trading against the Great British Britain. All right, you can have everything you want here. Okay, so this is how the chart looks like. Naira has been falling for years now and it's still falling down. It's on the lowest low as we speak. Hope we pray it doesn't break through and goes further. All right, so this is naira. All right, so currencies can be traded in the market as you find. What else can you trade in the market? Stocks. You can trade stocks. You can find Nvidia. Most of us are familiar with Nvidia. Nvidia are responsible for the infrastructure of ChatGPT. Everything AI, the infra for all the AIs that are being built is handled by Nvidia, and they have the highest stock in the market. You can find it here. This is according to Nasdaq. All right. Then we have Tesla. Tesla is Elon Musk. All right. This is Apple. Apple, we all know who was running Apple before he handed over. Okay. We have Amazon. Amazon too. We equally have Advanced. In fact, everything you can think of, any name you can guess, this is Meta. Zuckerberg, all right, you can trade it as well. You can trade Microsoft. All of these are tradable things in the market. These are things you can come and buy the least stock and you hold it for as long as possible. So that's that. All right. The next thing you can actually trade in the market are called funds. All right. There are private sectors that actually have a means of their exchanges. They have a means, they don't use normal money. They decide to sell things to their own money. They have their own way of selling things. So those things, that approach is called funds. You can actually trade them in the market. You can trade features for crypto persons who are here present. You are already familiar with features. You can trade features, those little concepts that are governmentally controlled. Some are government driven, some are sector driven as well, like crypto features are sector driven. You can actually trade them. You see BTC, you see the whole blah 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 and all have you. Then we have the forex market. This is the currency, foreign exchange, where you trade the currency itself. Okay, mind you, when you're talking about currency, the currency market spans is traded 245. You can write that down. It is traded from Monday every Sunday by 10 p.m. New York time opening, and it closes every Friday by 10:11 p.m. All right, the same New York time. So it is traded 245. That means 24 hours, 5 times a week. So every Friday, as at today, midnight, this market is going to be closing. All right, let me open. There was a chart I was analyzing. Let's go there. Okay, yeah. So if you see this chart, this market currently is moving, but once it gets to 5 p.m., to 10 p.m., 11 p.m. today, this chart will stop moving. All of these candlesticks will not be moving again. Let me navigate to the lowest of them all, so you get to see. All right, so this is it. Once it gets there, you see this stuff will stop, will change its color from this green marker to maybe gray color, and it stops progressing. So that's that for that. Let's look back at the things that are traded. We have crypto. People trade crypto. Yeah, you can also trade crypto, although it's dependent on your broker supporting it. We'll look at it. Broker is one of the terminologies we are going to be looking at subsequently. All right. Then what else do you trade? Indices. Great. People trade indices. I'll talk about indices subsequently. Indices, we have SAP 500, S&P 500, blah blah blah, and others. So we talk about bonds. People trade bonds, people trade economy, you know, people trade economy. Why this is not showing is because I actually inputted a command. All right, I already made a search query. So this is it. People actually, can you still hear me? Hello, can I still be heard? All right, fantastic. Great. 1 minute, please. I want to move this guy over here. So let me take from the screen and project it here rather. Okay, great stuff. Yeah, so now it's good. So back to what we we're saying. People actually trade bonds. Yeah, as you can find, these are various bonds, and bonds are country driven. All right, you can see different flags. Governmental, these are very political things people trade. I've never come to these axes before. I never near here before, right? So not to blow your mind. So this is economy. People actually trade the economy. I don't think Nigerian economy is here, but there are people who do it. They specialize in it. You can see the oil exports. People actually invest in it in the markets. People do option trading. These are bank driven stuff. When banks want to sell some shares, blah 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 and blah. So that's that. So I'll move you to another thing people trade. All right. This is what I trade too. All right, on the side, because Saturdays can be very, very boring. Let me open it so we can see. All right. Trading view or implementation. Okay, so let's see the chart for it. So people actually trade this guy. I do it a lot. All right, the guy I invited to join us. This is actually what he trades. You see how it looks. It looks very unique, and the names are not something you can describe. They are not things you can actually think of. They are called indices. All of these are called derivative indices. We had indices in the other parts. So I'll explain what this does. These are commodities that are traded in the market. I'm trying to explain. All right. So what this actually means is that just like football exists for people who have done bet Nigeria here or gambled before, just like we have the real football, there is actually a programmed football that is called virtual, right? In our dialect it's called okpo. All right, they are not actual real people. These stuffs are already programmed, so they follow a particular algorithm. They follow a particular set of processes, all right, to actually carry out their performance. But this, as it is more like a programmed, market simulation. This is simulation. That's the word, simulation. This is a simulated market for people to trade, and it is only controlled and accessible by one broker. That broker is Deriv. Let me shock you. This market runs 247. Unlike the normal currency market, this market is open from generation to generation, from year to year. It started on 2019, and this is about, I think, if I'm not mistaken, 4 years, 5 years, yeah, 5 years in the business, and they've been consistent. There are different things that can be traded here. I've made quick money with this market. I've lost quick money too with this market. Inshallah, we'll be there. So that's it, and that's all you need to know. I have some favorite pairs. As we move on, we'll be doing currency if our class falls on Saturdays. After this class, we'll have an acquiescence and we'll come to an agreement. Let's know if we are going to be meeting Saturdays. Then Saturdays, we'll be looking at the synthetics market. So this market is called synthetics market. While Mondays to Friday, we look at the currency market. So all the best ahead. So let's move back to our PowerPoint. Oh, sorry, I moved too fast. Okay, can you still see my screen? If you see my screen, say hey or hi. All right, great. Okay, so we're talking about the commodities that can be traded in the market. So doing justice to that, let's look at the next thing we have to see: short and long. So if you're with your jotter, you can write it. When you hear us say short in the market actually means sell. If you are joining our inner circle much later, We say this very often. These are what we use. These are like slangs in the forex market. So when someone says short that market, it means to sell. All right. I have a particular guy, Martins. He loves to short. He doesn't go long. So any market is looking at, if it's long, he doesn't take the buyers. All right. So when they say short, it means sell. Short, sell. So when they say long, it actually means hit up, buy it. So just so you write down, short means to sell, long means to buy. All right. So we now have bullish and bearish market. When you hear the word bullish in the market, hmm, the word bullish actually means a market that is actually buying. Let me show you an instance because I want to be very practical as much as I can. So let me show you an instance of a bullish market. This is it. So from this point, can you see my screen? From this point here, if I'm to all right. So if I'm to talk to someone who is a fellow trader and I want to tell him that, okay, I've been looking at GBP USD for quite a while now. All right. And from my observation, this market currently, the first question you ask me, like what I often ask to people who sell signal, is what is the trend of the market? So you have to tell me, is it bullish or is it bearish? Now, when I understand that, okay, you are good with the terminologies, you and I can now look into the charts together to see what we can depict as a bias. All right. So from here, the market has been in the upward direction. So I can tell someone that as at 1.28842, all right, as the peak value, GBP USD has been bullish. That is a great terminology. That means from here till this point, let me draw this. I think that will be convincing enough. So from here till this point, from these spots here, from these spots here up till this point and moving forward, the market has been bullish. The market is rising, is going up, is going towards the sky. That is bullish. But if I want to tell someone bearish, I actually have to look at the time the market was falling, like Naira usually falls. Okay, so this is it. I can tell someone clearly that as at 16th of August, that's Friday, 1:10 p.m., that's 10 minutes past 1 o'clock, GBP USD has been bearish. All right. So when you say bullish, it therefore means the market is buying for a particular period of time. So you can write that down as a definition. So when you say bullish, the market is buying for a particular period of time. When you say bearish, the market is selling for a particular period of time. What do I mean to say? There should be an antecedent, a reoccurring process. Either it's buying or it's selling. Okay, so let's move back to oh, okay. So the next terminology. Did the meeting end? I had a pop-up. I think I'll need help here with someone to manage the chat room. Okay. Are you for real? 15 minutes. Yeah. Okay. All right. So, sorry. Next. Ah, sorry. Sorry. Next class, we'll be using a different tool for this class. We'll be using Jitsi for the meeting, so we can have, even if it's the whole day, we can have classes here. So let's continue. Back to the PowerPoint. All right. So we've talked on this guys. So let's look at currency pairs. Currency pairs. What's currency pair? I've talked about currency, but that was just to touch on it. They will be looking at currency pair now as a a description of its own self. So these are currency pairs. Now, when you hear the word pair, what do you mean? What do you understand by the word pair? When I say pair, pair actually means something coming in twos, in twos. I know they work out alone. I'm coming with another value. All right. So by currency pair, it actually means two currencies coming together. All right. Two currency coming together. So we are going to be looking at it. So let's look at the types of currency pairs we have. We have one, you can write it down. We have three types of currency pairs. We have major currency pairs, all right. We have minor currency pairs. Please, let's write down. I'm even writing, so my bad. We have minor currency pairs. We have exotic currency pairs. So I'll explain each of them. When you hear the word major currency pairs, these are currency pairs that has United States dollar in it. Because why? United States dollar is the universal trading unit across board. All right. So the USD, United States dollar, is universal. So it's more like any currency pair that you find USD, you can see this is EUR USD, GBP USD, um, GBP USD, USD JPY, GBP okay, USD JPY, you have AUD USD, you have USD card. So anyone you find USD inside, just know that pair is a major currency pair. Now, when you talk about minor currency pairs are those pairs, all right. Okay, before then, let me list out the eight major currencies we have. All right, let me not bore you because I'm going to explain something now using this explanation I'm giving now. So we have eight currencies. Let's write them down. One, we have United States dollar. Please, you can write down as you follow suit. We have United States dollar. All right. We have the Great British Pound. Great British Pound, you can write it down, GBP. All right. I'll tell you how the initials are gotten. All right. So we have Great British Pound, GBP. We now have AUD. We have AUD, Australian dollar. Australian dollar. That's four I've mentioned. We have JPY, Japanese yen. This is it. Japanese yen. So Japan's currency is yen. So that's why we're having Japanese yen. The next major currency we have is Swiss francs. Swiss francs is CHF. This is it. If you search CHF here, you can find it. Yeah. So you see it. That's five. Six. We have Canadian dollar. We have the Canadian dollar. That's the sixth one. We have the one that is almost off the equation, euro. Euro is another currency pair, very vital in the market. So it's EUR, euros. All right. We now have the last one, which have I not mentioned? Um, NZD. NZD. This is called New Zealand dollar. You can see it here. New Zealand dollar. All right. So if you can see my screen, this is it. Okay. So are we enjoying the class? If you need me to take a break, I think we'll take a break. I'll share a new link with us so we can join. Zoom has actually warned me. I was supposed to use my company Google tool for workspace for this meeting. I didn't know. So I'll create a group chat with all of our contacts in about 5 to 10 minutes. Then I'll share the new link with us so we can join. Just go back, refresh, drink water as we dive back again. All right, so this is a break from me to you all. See you soon or shortly. All right.